Hello, intuitive friend, and welcome back. And if you're visiting, welcome. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you're interested in learning more about me, my client testimonial, my credentials, scheduling a recorded private reading, learning more about my affordable tier 1 or tier 2 memberships on my Patreon platform, or if you're just interested in purchasing the drops on my Patreon shop, then look down below in the description box. All the information as well as the links are there for you. Today I'm going to be channeling messages focusing on a pick a card reading, okay? And it's going to be focusing all on about careers. So what is your next chapter in regards to career, which can be tied to or into finances as well. Okay, so we're going to take a look and see what we have here for you. Now, I do have preliminary piles here, but as you know, I will be doing live shuffling with other cards here to see how those messages align with the preliminary piles. Now, that being said, I'm going to introduce the piles, and then after that, just take a quiet moment and allow your intuition to guide you to either the group or groups that you are intuitively being called to select. First and foremost, we have group number 1. Group number 1 is represented by black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is representing group number 1. Group number 2 is represented by the desert rose. Desert rose represents pile number or group number 2. Group number 3 is represented by the clear quartz crystal. So group number 3 is represented by the clear quartz crystal. All right, down below in the description box, you will see the timestamps. Click on that and I'll meet you at your designated group. Hi, group number 1. Thank you so much for joining me. And you have selected the black tourmaline, which represents group number 1. Today, I'll be channeling messages focusing on your next chapter, focusing on your career, which again may connect with your finances. Let's take a look at the preliminary cards and then we're going to start shuffling. So you have here Leo, and then it says shine. And you also have here 10th house. So the 10th house on your astrological natal chart may influence the messages that are here, as well as Leo, okay? Now, first and foremost, Leo is ruled by the sun, okay? So sun is all about the vital source. It's about energy. It's about growth. It's about the spotlight. It's about tapping into your confidence. Leo Leo has a lot to do with confidence and being in the spotlight and shining in front of others. So like the sun, okay? So very, very, very close type of symbolism here for both. Now, when we're talking about your next chapter and how Leo may influence your next chapter regarding your career and also maybe even your finances here, it's about you being in the spotlight. This could be talking about that the next chapter in regards to your career and your finances, you're going to be tapping into your confidence. You may be noticed, okay? So you may have a sense here of pretty much showing your talent, showcasing your abilities, showcasing your skills, which can lead to either a promotion. It could lead to being publicly recognized, whether that's within your own group, your own peers, your company, or maybe even further, like celebrity, like status, like social media type of influencing, people looking at you and knowing that you're really good at what you do. This could also be focusing on your next chapter in your career in regards to launching new products, launching new projects. So launching something that you feel really, really passionate about, okay? Now, the areas that Leo that you may see that. Now, again, this is potentially here. You may see it in areas of entertainment. You can see it in areas of management. So it could be management in different areas. It could be entrepreneurial skills as well. Okay. CEO, COO, CFO, manager, supervisor, leadership roles, or maybe even you launching new creative ideas within your career or your industry. Okay, whether it be on a smaller scale, such as like maybe your department, or it could be even broader, as in like the company, as in like maybe even globally here. Okay, so it's really shining out there. You also have here the 10th house, which says authority. Now, this is a good combination to have because the 10th house, as you see here, it says authority. It's about that focus in your career. It's about that reputation that you're going to be showcasing, or that's going to be the next chapter in regards to your career or your finances. You may be in public life or serving others in the public sphere, whether it's serving others in the public sphere, or whether it's that you're showcasing your talents on a broader spectrum or in a bigger platform. So these are really, really good energies to start off your reading here, and let's see how everything else connects. What I do want to mention here in regards to your 10th house is a best way to kind of maximize these messages and this energy that is here for you, since you selected it based on your intuitive hunch or your inner oracle, is to learn a little bit more about your astrological natal chart. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I know, as I always say on my channel, I know astrology 101, maybe 102. Okay. But if you want further information about your own astrological natal chart, take a look down below. I actually placed a link there. It's free. I have no ties to, this platform, but I want to say it's called Astrology Cafe. It's free for everyone who wants to use it. So click on that and it's going to ask you some information. Input those informations and find out what you have in your 10th house. Because, for example, whichever sign or planet you may have ruling your 10th house can very much be influencing your career shifts right about now when you see this reading. Now, remember, this reading is timeless. So if it's come across to your feed, there may be here a sign symbol synchronicity saying that there could be here some potential messages focusing in regards to your career, which can be intertwined or connected to your finances. So what do I mean by the 10th house influencing some areas? Like, for example, Capricorn and Aries, if it's influence, if you have that in your 10th house, it may be bringing you to this place of having greater and ambitions, being more dedicated, all right? Or let's say Saturn in the 10th house, okay? So regardless of the planet or the sign that rules that area, you may have more action or something that you need to kind of reflect on or take a closer look at. Again, Saturn, leadership, it's about consistency, it's about discipline, it's about the responsibilities that you may bear, all right? Aries, ruled by Mars, again, that's that high energy, and then that is that action that revolves around what you're putting forth in regards to career in your 10th house. Again, those are examples, okay? So they're just giving you a quick overview there. Now let's jump into your reading and see how these two cards may influence your next chapter potentially here in your career and finances. Okay, so let's take a look. What's coming through here for group number one? Group number one, what do we have here for you? I feel there's this energy that you may be in right now, or that you've been kind of like sitting on in regards to really being fiery and being straightforward in something here in regards to your career project or finances. You do have here bodies of water. It says spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. And before this, it could be before or during this time where you are setting into this next chapter in regards to your career, I feel here that you're going to be thinking a lot about your feelings, the passion, the heart's desire that's very much connected to what you are passionate about. Remember that I just talked about that fire, okay? The sun. So, in order to move to the next chapter, I do feel that you may be right now at this particular moment in time, or will soon be after this reading, or maybe you are right now in this moment in time. You're going to be focusing and reflecting on your emotions. Where do you feel passionate? Which areas are you passionate about? What projects are you passionate about? What is it that you want to bring to the surface, or what is it that you want to shine through? What talents do you want to showcase? Which platforms are you using to showcase that? What resources are you going to tap into in order to bring that forward into either a public sphere or in a manner in which people are seeing, watching, or recognizing you for that particular passion that you are very much deeply connected to, okay? That's how this is coming across. I feel that there's going to be a sense of you reflecting on that, trying to figure out or making sure that your heart is aligned with this passion, with this sense of you tapping into your confidence, for whatever it is that you feel, has to do or is connected to your career or to, the public image also that you may want to show to other people, whether that's in a specific industry, whether it's in your current position, whether it's something that you want to explore further. And again, your 10th house may give you even more clues on that. And again, as I said, you could look down below. I have that free website or link there for you, okay? All right, let's take a look at what else is coming through for you. So I'm also getting not only just Leo, I'm getting a lot of fire in general. So there could be here this, again, like I said, this fiery disposition or this gut level, fire in your belly type of motivation. Okay, type of ambition, type of drive that you may be either tapping into or you are in right now, and you're going to expand in that. You have here, wow, look at this. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Okay. I just told you I'm feeling a lot of fire due to the fact that Leo is a fire sign. So again, guess what? So is Sagittarius and so is Aries. So there may be here something connected to Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, perhaps on your astrological natal chart, focusing on career or finances. Okay, so that's something that you would, want to take a look at. Now, with luck on your side, this is telling me that there's this kind of even restart energy for some of you. So maybe some of you have been doing something for quite some time and you want to expand it. You want to expand the idea. You want to expand the platform. You want to expand the company, the products, the line, your brand. Okay. So this is this energy that I'm getting. Like things are moving in the direction that you want to move it in, or will be moving in the direction in the next chapter of where you want to move it in. Remember that I just talked about earlier about these bodies of water. Okay. And the message here is about recharging your batteries. There's a kind of focus here, group number one, where you're going to need to take a look and reflect. Okay, so there's going to be this sense of you not doing anything externally until you really are able to connect with yourself internally, so that you can, in a way, like in Sagittarius, like the archer, right? That you're able to maintain a specific laser focus, be patient, and know when it is the right opportunity to launch that next step, to move even further in wherever it is that you may be doing now, or something that you may want to start either brand new, launch, revamp, or move forward, or maybe go into a whole different direction, okay? But whatever that is, you do have here, luck is on your side. It's as if the universe is gifting you an opportunity for you to really expand and showcase, okay, something very beautiful, a talent that you have, an ability that you have, the manner in which you are proficient in something that you are either doing right now or that you've been really passionate about, but for some of you, you've been thinking about it and haven't done it, or others of you, you are doing it now and you're really looking more of like a global impact or a larger impact, okay? So, beautiful, beautiful energy here. And we see how these decks are aligning here in sign symbol synchronicities and giving you kind of like more clarity here on what I was picking up at the top of the reading with this Leo and 10th house. Okay, so you can see Leo as a separate energy and the 10th house as a separate energy. Or for others of you, you can definitely view this as two energies working together, which, like I said, fire in the 10th house would be this energy here of action, okay, of you creating or aligning more with high energy of ambition, drive, and motivation, okay? So if you want to look at that together or in combination with each other. Let's see what else is coming through for you here. What is this next chapter in career or finances focusing on here for you, group number 1? All right. And we have here raccoon, exactly what I just talked about. Talents. Okay, talents. Now, if you see, first of all, you'll see that I wrote something there at the bottom. I did that for all the cards here in this deck. I meditated before using them. And so the raccoon has this mask around their eyes, not literally, but the color scheme gives it as this mask type of energy. And I feel here for you, group number 1, you have an amazing talent or a skill that you may be masking, hiding, maybe not even tapping fully into it. There's more that you can showcase. There's more that you can do. There's this sense of you having maybe even a lot of eyes on you. Again, this could be in areas of, entertainment. It could be social media platforms. It could be management. It could be entrepreneurship. It could even be public speaking as well. Okay, you actually being the face of a company, of a brand, of an idea. Okay, you could also probably hear, this is maybe even talking about here for some of you, you being able to be the spokesperson in your department or in your industry or in where you work, or maybe you already work in those areas, maybe even journalism here, public speaking, anchoring, things like that. But there's a beautiful talent that you have that you may be masking it, or you may not be tapping into it as much as you should, okay? And this is talking about you having the focus now with this, Leo, fire energy, motivation and drive, and the 10th house of, focusing on your career and your reputation in the public life. You may have an opportunity right now to really bring something to the surface and, really impact your finances here in a very, very positive way. It may take this type of energy of you being a risk taker, which is where that Leo energy comes in handy, especially when we're talking about confidence and feeling reassured in the direction that you're moving towards. And again, we have that bow and arrow here. And again, the mentioning of the archer in Sagittarius, where the archer is not going to let go of that bow and allow that arrow to hit something unless it has a very clear picture of the target. So again, that may be here some additional information and energies here for you. Again, it starts with you reflecting, recharging your batteries, and really centering yourself. Okay, let's take a look at the next card here for you. Give you more clarity here, group number one. Look at that. Queen of Wands. I was talking about that fire, and listen, you have fire one, two, three times in this reading. Queen of Wands energy, motivated, charismatic, not afraid to take charge, being a risk taker, but also using your intuition. Okay, that's a cat right there. Okay, if you can't see it, I'm going to try to bring it as close as I can. But there is this cat like right in front of this person's lap. Now, here's the thing. Remember that I talked about the bodies of water. That's the card that came out for you. Okay. Water is yin energy. Let me see if I could bring it as close as I can. Water is yin energy, and yin energy is connected to intuition. So it's you being able to connect not only with the fire inside of you, not only with the passion, with the motivation, with the drive, and with the creativity. Because you could come up with something really creative here. And look, the Queen of Wands is pointing to the raccoon. So there's a creative spark that could really bring you to a higher place of, making money, being recognized, moving in a direction where you are showcasing this extraordinary talent or skills that you have already. Last but not least, let's take a look here at your advice. So group number one, talk about validation confirmation all through from the start of the preliminary cards all the way to the end of your reading. Let's give you some advice here about your next chapter, focusing on career and finances here. I hope this has been helpful, and please feel free to share my YouTube channel with like-minded souls and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Take a look at the playlist. There's lots there for you to take a look at and to see. All right, or to watch. All right, here we have exhausted. Okay, makes sense because I just channeled that message earlier with recharge your batteries here with bodies of water. Like I said, you recharging or recalibrating yourself in order to know exactly what your next move is going to be in regards to your career or in regards to your job or work, okay, or your talents. Exhausted says your life feels like a tiring journey with a platform crowded by unfinished commitments. Wasn't I talking about platforms before? It says it's time to pause at the station and reassess the relationships that are depleting you. Okay? Look at that. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to put it here for you if you want to pause and reread it yourself. But again, talk about validation confirmation, group number one. This really very much aligned to the messages that I was channeling from the top of your reading. And I feel that that pause is this card here that's talking about you spending time. Now, the water could be tangible physical water, or water could be just a symbolism here to a meditative state, to you actually taking a moment to, tap inward to your inner energy, your inner oracle, to take a moment to just reflect in order for you to move in the area or in the trajectory or path that you are inspired to, like this Queen of Wands. Group number one, I hope these messages have been insightful. Drop a heart in the comment section. That lets me know that this was beneficial to you or that you resonated with it as well. Feel free to share your story if you'd like as well. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Hello, intuitive friend. You selected group number two, and group number two is represented by the Desert Rose. Now, today I'm going to be channeling messages focusing on your next chapter in regards to your career. Now, these are the preliminary cards, but of course, I will give you more shuffling. Okay, if you're interested in learning more about how these placements here that I'm going to be talking about shortly may actually impact or connect with your own astrological natal chart. Down below in the description box, I do have a free link there for you to use. I use it myself, so it's very accurate. And again, I have no partnership with that company, Cafe Astrology. I think it's called Astrology Cafe or Cafe Astrology. But it's really, really good. Okay, so you can take a look at that. Now, let's take a look here at what this preliminary pile is all about in regards to your next career move, okay, or your next chapter in your career. You do have here Chiron, and Chiron says heal, okay? Very interesting because the desert rose is a good crystal to use for healing as well. And you also have here moon, perception, okay? Now, these two cards, I'm going to channel them individually, but there may be moments where I'm getting more of a connection between both of them. So with Chiron influencing, okay, your next chapter in regards to your career, this is talking about your next chapter focusing on, maybe even looking at or feeling a part of you that has been vulnerable. Your vulnerable experiences, the things that have made you who you are today, and how that experience or those experiences, whether it be challenging experiences such as, trauma, wounding, the healing of that, and you focusing here with Chiron here on turning those experiences that were difficult, that were challenging, that were not easy, whether that was emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and turning that energy into a tool or a resource to help other people, to lead other people, to help others. Okay. I feel here with Chiron, which by the way is known as the healer. Okay, and you can find that out, as I said, by looking at your astrological natal chart and seeing what placement you have in your Chiron. But we're talking about the insecurities also. It's as if your next chapter is going to be very much linked to your vulnerability, your insecurities, and your trauma becoming the focal point of a deeper wisdom here, a deeper moment here where you're going to have some type of mastery due to or connected to that healing that you may be doing in your life or that you've been doing in your life, okay? For example, and this is just an example, but this could be very much you being a healer in, for example, psychology. Maybe you had a very difficult time in your childhood or in your life, and you using that and saying to yourself, well, you know what? I want to get into the area of psychology. I want to help others. Or maybe something having to do with health, maybe a health challenge that you may have had, in your early years, or maybe a health challenge that may have affected someone in your family and it affected you in some way, shape, or form, and turning that into wisdom, turning that into some sense of mastery in that area that was difficult for you to achieve or to overcome or to heal from. And then using that as a platform or as a springboard to jump into either a chapter, a direction, an area where you are helping others in that way, right? I'll give you my own personal example. For example, my mother is a breast cancer survivor. When she was diagnosed with breast cancer, I wanted to be able to do more for her, but more for her in kind of like the healing part, because I am a light worker. I am, an intuitive person. I have my six senses, fully developed, and I wanted to help her more. And I was guided to become a Reiki practitioner. Okay, so there you go. That prompted me to pivot or to add on to the career that I have already and move in that direction of helping heal others through energy healing. Okay, so that's an example here how Chiron could be influencing, or what you may have in your section of Chiron may be influencing your next chapter, okay, in regards to career. And of course, that may intertwine with finances. It may be even a second thing. It may be a second job or a second hobby or a passion that may turn into, monetary compensation here, okay? So remember, healing could come in many directions. It could be healing through food. It could be healing through energy. It could be healing through education, healing through, psychology. It could be healing through music, sound healing, healing through crystals. I mean, healing is a very broad area where you may be feeling this new chapter that you may want to move towards. And feeling is going to have a lot to do with this because you also have here the moon. Now, with moon influencing your next chapter in your career, this is focusing on your emotional instincts. This is going to play a very big role as well, okay? So find out what you have in your moon. For example, for me, I have Pisces in my moon. So intuition plays a big role in what I do. Now, it's funny because my other career is more logical, rational, and analytical. But because I have Pisces in my moon, or that Pisces is my moon sign, I have and and work with others with things having to do with intuition, with my six senses, with Reiki, being a Reiki practitioner. So I use my six senses tools to help other people. Okay. Now, this doesn't have to be all that woo-woo type of energy for those of you who are saying, well, listen, whatever you may be thinking. But the moon is also about your emotions. It's about your instincts. And that may play, excuse me, a very big role in this next chapter having to do with career or finances. Remember that the moon is also about your subconscious. So there may be here something of a focus placing on your subconscious needs, okay, as well. So you may be in this energy at this moment in time, or maybe you are already in an area that I'm about to mention. And that being, for example, being a caregiver, okay? Maybe something having to do with psychology. These are just examples. Maybe education, okay? Focusing on education with children who may have special needs, or just education in general, because there's a lot of child psychology, with education as well, okay? Social worker, okay? Nurse, doctor, something that you're being called to, maybe, energy sound healer. This could be in many different areas, but whatever this may be for you, taking into consideration Chiron, your Chiron placement and your moon placement, this may be pulling you, or, in a way leading you in a direction where your intuition is going to play a very big role here. I feel here also your emotional satisfaction in something is going to also play a very big role. This may guide you in your professional, career, or in the path that you may want to kind of strengthen, or maybe even want to move towards. This could even be a second career, or a side hobby, or a job, okay? Now let's take a look at more information here. I do want to mention, especially with Chiron, healing houses are that of the 10th house, the 6th house, and maybe even your midheaven. So that's something to kind of like take a look at when you're taking a look at that Chiron energy. All right. Now, this moon card says perception also. It's your perception, but I'm getting it more like your sixth senses, your intuitive um, perception, what you see in your perspective in your private life as well. All right, let's take a look at what else is coming through for you. You have expect a miracle, okay? Expect a miracle says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. And for some of you, it's as if I'm getting here that some of you may have been feeling as if maybe your current position or your current job is not fulfilling you as much as you would like. And for this group, I'm feeling that you want to do more. You really want to be able to do something more than what you are currently doing or what you're currently in right now. Now, expect a miracle is coming across as this energy where the universe has seen, sensed, or heard your call of wanting to do more, to be more, to experience more, to showcase the more, but by kind of like I'm getting here like an act of service. So being in a career or in a position where you are helping others or raising awareness in something. This could also be here the sense of your career path may be very different than what I've channeled through already. It could be something as easy as emotional intelligence, where you're using your emotional intelligence in order to help or guide others. So that's coming very strongly here. Now remember, moon energy is intuition. It's yin energy. So I feel that a lot of what may be coming in your direction as your next chapter in your career or your finances, it may be something that moves you emotionally. It may be something that is connected here to, maybe something having to do with maybe a water sign here for some of you. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. You may have those positions right now somewhere on your astrological chart. But I'm definitely getting as the universe coming in and giving you an opportunity or helping you move towards that. Um, I'm also getting here, it says here, Mother Mary. I don't know if you guys can see this because of this. There you go, Mother Mary. And to me, I'm getting here nurturing, compassion, bringing more nurturing or compassion into what you do already, or you wanting to pivot into an area where you can be or you can extend that compassion and nurturing to others. Let's see what else is coming through for you here. Group number 2. And you have here, show the world the real you. Look at that. Now this says full moon in Aquarius. I feel here that you may have felt a little bit detached to what you are doing now or what you are in a career now. Or if you're not in a career or in a job right now, you have been feeling a little bit kind of lost on where you may want to go. Maybe you have had a rough situation, circumstance, or event, or a challenge, whether it was in your early years, whether it was growing up, maybe your family dynamics, maybe something here having to do with, maybe your teen years. There could have been here a rough patch for you, and you may feel a little bit kind of lost. But what this is saying here with show the real you, is you may even try to move or be interested in a very unconventional path, is how this is coming across to me, especially with this Aquarius energy. A place where you can help the environment, help the community, help the world in some way, shape, or form. And it may come across in a very unconventional way. Maybe something that you are, merging from either your experiences from other jobs or other careers that you may have had, and you're merging it into something new, something that fits your own personality. Okay. Let's see what else is coming through for you here. Show the world the real you. For some of you, I feel here that there's a little bit of this kind of like not wanting to be out there and kind of be really out there, kind of in the woo 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 type of metaphysical, meta science, paranormal. Okay, for some of you, it's like, what are people gonna think, And if you are going through, and it's very interesting because this pile is resonating with me so well. You know, I am actually a university professor. That's what I do in my career by day. Um, which makes sense because I have my sun sign is Taurus, okay? So logical, practical, analytical, stable type of energy, okay? Hardworking, good work ethics. But as much as I love, I mean, I love what I do, I feel that I can give more and do more. And that's where my Pisces moon comes in. My ability to embrace my six senses, my intuition, my ability as a child to hone into my clairvoyant skills, my clairsentience, my claritangency, and mediumship abilities, and be able to help other people in other platforms, which is the reason why I am an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. I'm also a medium and all that. But again, and that's something that I was not comfortable showcasing when I was younger or telling a lot of people about. So it's as if this group, you may be going through some type of experience that is similar to that. Um, and just wanted to share that with you. Maybe that will help. Maybe it won't be in the paranormal or in the sixth senses or in the the physical, the sciences that have to do with, astrology or intuition or things like that. It may be in another area for you, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is because of this moon energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if you turn whatever it is that you've endured or you've experienced in your life, okay, into this Chiron, healing others through that situation, circumstance, or event. You have here elephant, okay? Elephant. I'm also getting Ganesha here for you. So some of you may be very much connected to that. Elephant is the energy of that wisdom, okay? Elephants are very wise. And what I mean wise, I mean intuitive. There's this, and I'm not physically, but I'm saying spiritually, okay? And if you look at elephants, there's this gentle nature about them, even though they're huge, and they can, in a way, tap into that strength and take their trunk and wrap it around a tree and pull it from its roots. And it could also take that trunk and gently take an egg and put it on the ground. So there's this kind of beautiful energy here having to do with the elephant, of this loving, nurturing nature, being strong when there's a need to be strong, but also being intuitive and tapping in to the essence of that, embracing that softness, that yin energy, but also being able to, move through and charge through and put something in action, which is the reason here you see that the elephant has that third eye chakra lit as well as that fire as well. Okay. So again, that nurturing, compassionate feeling here, again, being seen not only through the Chiron, not only in the moon, but also here with expected miracles. All right. Let's take a look at what else is coming through for you, group number 2. Wow, there's been a lot here coming through for you. Even when you can, please drop a heart in the comment section to let me know if this has resonated for you. Okay, you could put group number 2 and just drop I'm sorry, not a heart, a rose, because that's a symbol for my channel here. Just drop a rose in the comment section. That's gonna let me know that this resonated with you. Okay, let's see what else is coming through for you, group number 2. That being said, let's take a look. Ace of Pentacles. Listen, the moment you figure out, or the moment that you are able to put in the nurturing, the compassion, the time, the patience, the determination, and the consistency to whatever this may be resonating for you in, you will eventually. Okay, so it's not going to be right away. I'm going to be honest with you, because Pentacles energy is a slow moving energy. But with patience, time, determination, and focus, you're going to make money. Whether that is tangible money, or whether that is you're going to be a valuable source of information, you're going to gain, or you're going to be compensated, whether tangibly or however you may define success and abundance and prosperity. But this is saying the Ace of Pentacles, there's going to be a new beginning for you in whatever this may be resonating for you in. Okay. So Ace of Pentacles, I mean, that's excellence right there. All right. There is a possibility here for you to make money, be a valuable source of information, change people's lives, and be actually get compensated for it, So, wow, that is beautiful. Last but not least, let's see what else is coming through for you. As your advice, and you have here appreciation. I'm going to say this is, talk about validation confirmation, because I was picking that up here with this Chiron. Some of you may not have understood, or may say, and listen, I'm not saying that whatever trauma or situation or childhood wounding you may have had, that's difficult. Nobody deserves any type of pain, sorrow, hurt, and things of that nature. But what I am saying to you is that you went through whatever you went through. You've either healed or are healing you to become a healer in something that may have affected you a lot in your life. And maybe at that moment in time, you didn't see it as obviously something that you can help others, or maybe you did, maybe even from a young childhood or from your teenage years, or whatever this may have occurred, maybe even in your adult life, something traumatic may have happened. Like for me, it was, my mom's breast cancer situation that pivoted me into saying, you know what, I really want to become a Reiki practitioner. So this could happen in any area of your life, but appreciating that circumstance, because it puts you in a path where you can be a valuable source of inspiration for other people, or a valuable healer for others. Appreciation here says every day has moments to be grateful for, no matter how small. Take a moment to notice the support around you and the progress you've made. So be thankful for all those little steps, even if they were challenging at some point in time. These are the forces driving you forward. Talk about validation confirmation, your next chapter in your career. It's going to be a very beautiful one here, group number 2. But remember, it has a lot to do with being patient, being determined, being tenacious, and being consistent. Group number 2, thank you so much. Don't forget to share my channel with like-minded souls. And down below in the comment section, drop a rose and let me know if these messages resonated for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Hello, group number three. Group number three, you picked clear quartz crystal. Okay, clear quartz crystal is the group you selected, and I have some preliminary cards here. I also have more that I will be shuffling, so this may be a little longer than expected, but hopefully it's going to give you more insight in regards to your next chapter in your career or your finances. Okay, that being said, this deck right here is an astrology deck. Okay, it has a lot to do with astrology. So I am going to be channeling the energies connected to the cards here. However, if you are interested in finding out more about your astrological natal chart, or at least kind of like just the beginnings of it, get more information, look down below in the description box. I actually use that specific website. I have no affiliations to it. Okay, there is nothing that I'm getting out of it other than me sharing a tool that I use personally, which can also help you. So as long as you know your date of birth, month, year, month, day, year, you're good. If you know the exact time, that is going to give you even more information. So take a look down below so that can give you more, you can expand more on what's coming out here for you. Okay, whatever that may be. We'll find out. And let us begin. So we have here group number three, you have Libra. Okay, Libra says balance. You also have here the South Node. Ooh, very, very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to channel these messages separately, but there may be times where the channeling is going to intertwine with each other. That being said, I'm already seeing angel number 33 here. So for some of you, that may be of importance. Maybe you are life path number 3, life path number 6, or life path number 7. Again, doesn't have to be, but I'm getting those numbers here. So let's begin. So you have Libra, okay? Libra, with Libra influencing your next chapter potentially here in regards to your career and your finances, this is focusing on what Venus rules, okay? Because Venus rules Libra and it also rules Taurus, okay? Now, we're looking at Venus ruling Libra right now at this moment in time. That being said, you know that Venus is about beauty, and if you don't know, I'm gonna give you a little information here about that. Venus, rules, because I'm also a Taurus, by the way, so I'm also ruled by Venus on my sun sign, so I know pretty much a lot about Venus. That being said, Venus is connected a lot to love, okay, romantic love, but also love of friends, family, loved ones, okay, people that you value, your relationships. Venus is very much connected to sensuality, beauty, aesthetics. So things that are pretty, or you wanting to, spruce things up, making sure they look nice, they're presentable, that is very much connected to that Venetian energy. Business also. Why? Well, because Venus focuses on expansion, growth, and fertility. In the tarot deck, the Empress is ruled by Venus. So it's all about that abundance, that nurturing, creating, making more, turning a little something into something more, something bigger. Okay. So prosperity, finances, business, the things that you value also very much connected to that Venus planet. So with that energy of Venus who rules Libra, this next step or next chapter in regards to your career or your your career and or your finances, because career does influence the finances. This is talking about you looking at or moving into a direction or in a path where you're going to use your natural charm and charisma, which you get from Venus, okay, that Venetian energy. And you may be focusing more on what you feel is an intuitive, or there's a harmonious balance between what you are passionate about and how you're going to make money from it, or a balance of what you value in regards to work and how that is going to balance with maybe your personal life. Okay, so there's this sense here about balancing. There's also an energy here of diplomacy, of justice, of being able to negotiate. So when we're looking at the next chapter, you could be looking at maybe careers, or looking into either a job, career, projects, ideas that are very much connected or that bring you closer to your personal values and your passion. Because that's going to be very important here in regards to this energy of this Libra. Okay, now Libra is an air sign. Okay, and it's an air sign that thinks a lot, but weighs things, it puts things into perspective, so to speak. So again, I feel that for you, group number 3, there's a lot having to do or very much connected to your next chapter being something that brings your personal values and your passion together, or brings you closer to uh, that, to that energy. You do have here the South Node, and the South Node is all about your past. The South Node, with the South Node influencing your next chapter, this could be you noticing or having noticed in your life that there's some things that you just have a natural knack about. You just have a very skilled type of energy. You're really good at something and you really don't have to work at it a lot in order to master it or have mastered it. Okay, you know how some people are, I'm just going to give you an example in sports. It doesn't have to be sports, but I'm just giving you that example where a child, starts playing a sport and they become like super really good at it because they just have a natural knack, a natural ability. That's what this South Node is talking about. It could also be a talent that you may have had in a past life if you believe in reincarnation. So maybe it's something that you did in your past life, meaning reincarnation wise, and you're bringing those talents into this timeline. But whatever this is telling you that although you may be very good at something naturally, or may have a natural talent or a natural skill or a proclivity to, okay, you just have a tendency to be good at numbers or in communication. Like for me, it's communication, you know. So, and of course, I have a very strong Mercury placement, which is my Gemini, is all about communication. So, that helps in this lifetime for the things that I do. But the South Node, getting back to you, the South Node is saying here, listen, you don't want to get stuck in just being in this energy of the South Node. Because in this lifetime, it's all about moving towards the North Node. And so the North Node is your soul's journey and the growth that you're going to have in this lifetime, which means that although something may feel very natural and, great for you, you feel like a fish in the water because it's so natural for you. This may be saying, well, how about getting out of your comfort zone? How about using maybe a little bit of that talent, but using it in a very different way, like North Node, okay? Like focusing on this getting out of your comfort zone. So you're still able to connect with your natural ability in something, but maybe shape it in a different way, maybe shift it in a different way, get out of your comfort zone, be able to grow in a new aspect of that. Okay, I'll give you an example for me. Okay, so I am a professor, I am a university professor, So I do what I do, and I'm really good at what I do. So I speak a lot. I talk a lot. I share information and learn myself so that I can teach others. Okay. And so I feel very comfortable in that. And I feel very comfortable in my Pisces moon, which is all about intuition, hence my channel. What I was not comfortable in is sharing my knowledge and my passion in the intuition, six senses, and showcasing it to the world, which is the reason why it took me such a long time to actually feel comfortable in my own skin and get out of my comfort zone of just being in the logical, analytical aspect of what I do and be able to pivot into using that natural ability that I have, but in a different way where it gets me out of my comfort zone. So I'm doing something that I feel very comfortable with, which is speaking and channeling messages and knowledge and all that in the six senses or intuitive realm, in the light worker realm, okay, in the woo-woo realm for some of you, you may consider that. But allowing myself to step out of my comfort zone of being logical, analytical, practical, and allow myself to do that and grow in the in the area of showcasing that to the world. For example, my channel, having clients, doing all these things that I do in that sphere. Okay, which makes sense because guess what? My North Node is in Sagittarius, which says that in this lifetime, this is what I should be doing more of in order for my soul's journey or my growth to happen as it should in this lifetime. So, a little bit more about myself here, but just kind of giving you an example of how that may show up for you. That being said, let's take a look at what else is coming through for you here. And you have prosperity. Whatever this is, you have abundancia, abundita, prosperity. Look at this. The universe is pouring its abundance to you. Be open to receive it. Like I said, use your natural charm. Use your ability to be diplomatic, to be just, to think about justice in a certain way, to be able to work with areas of negotiation, to be able to connect with what you personally value and your passion, because you are going to be, very abundant or successful in what that may be. Now, remember, we all measure success in different ways. We all value success in different ways. So, how you may value it may be different than someone else watching this reading. But however this may resonate for you, there's this sense here of success coming in your way, in your next chapter in regards to your career, because the universe is kind of like in a way saying, listen, you're going to use your natural talents and now you're going to pivot and you're going to get out of your comfort zone while still maybe using that energy, maybe even getting into something completely different. Maybe it's something completely different, something that you feel like a fish out of the water. But whatever it is, your ability to be able to navigate, your ability to be able to see the pros and the cons, your ability to manage and in a way create that harmony and that balance in regards to this next move may allow you to gain success and gain money, compensation, success, recognition in some way, shape, or form. And it's as if this energy that may be coming in your direction about you really wanting to move in a new direction or wanting to expand something or continue to expand something is saying here it's going to be worth the expansion. It's going to be worth you taking that look and getting out of your comfort zone. As you saw as I was shuffling, what popped out of the deck? Well, you have here the answers you need are coming. Okay, full moon in Gemini. I'll talk about the Gemini placement here in a minute. Which, by the way, is connected to air energy. So talk about validation confirmation here. And remember that I was talking about Gemini because I don't know if I said this, but my Mercury is ruled by Gemini, which is a lot having to do with public speaking and being very comfortable in talking and communicating with others and thinking logically and things like that. So again, that may be something here connected to you in regards to that. So you may want to even look at your Mercury. So you want to look at your Mercury. You may want to look at your placements having to do with Libra or the house that is housed by Libra or ruled by Libra. You may want to look at your south node, and you definitely want to look at your north node, okay, for more information on that. All right, now you have here the answers you need are coming, and then you have prosperity. The universe is pouring abundance. What does it say? The universe is pouring its abundance onto you. So there may be here some type of manifestations, prayer. Maybe you've been praying for, you've been wishing, hoping, desiring, manifesting, whatever this is, you have been very clear in your mind about what it is that you want. You've been communicating it in some way, shape, or form, and the universe is saying, or the higher self, or whichever your religious or spiritual beliefs may be, is saying, hey, we've heard what these things are, and now this may be coming in your direction, or you may be feeling this sense of yearning to want to explore something that you have not explored, and you may want to get out of your comfort zone. Okay. Let's take a look at what else is coming through. And we have two more decks, one being one that is focusing on advice, and I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. Look at that. You have Moth, wishful ideals, finishing projects. Okay, so there may be something that you may have left up in the air. Now, that could be symbolically, as if, there could be something that you've been thinking about a lot, and haven't done, because it may create a sense of anxiety or fear. You may be afraid of this new venture. You may be afraid of stepping out into a new, venue, a new stage, a new area, a new industry. And this is saying to you here, I'm sorry, just something flashed on my phone here. This is saying to you here that, it's time for you to spread your wings. So there may be this energy where you have been thinking about something over and over again, and there's this sense of illumination here that may be coming in, or that may be guiding you to your next chapter in regards to your career or your finances. So this is a beautiful energy to have here, complementing the rest of the reading. Okay, so we had a moth to a flame. So there may be here, I kept hearing moth to a flame. So, moth and the air, it's an air element. So the moth may be symbolizing here the ideas that you have in your head, and the flame, which is action, being you putting those ideas into action. And those actions may take you to a place where you may feel a little bit uncomfortable, because it may not be something that you are just naturally good at. It may be something you may have to work on a little bit harder, or that you may have to be a little bit more consistent with. So don't allow, your fears or insecurities to deter you from something that you may want to explore, and that you're going to think very closely about before exploring it. Two of Pentacles, look at that. You may be in a position right now where your heart is telling you one thing, like I just said, and your mind may be telling you another. This could be the root chakra, and your like, listen, the yin yang, okay? Fire energy and yin energy, okay? So yang, the yin and the yang, exactly what I was talking about here. Your mind versus what you want to put into action. And you may be debating that. You may be juggling that. That may be something that you've been thinking about. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? All right. And this is saying the time has come where you may be, having to take a leap of faith here, with whatever this may be. And a leap of faith, making sure that you are fully informed, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so it's all about the clarity of the mind. So you being very much informed of what and knowledgeable about what this next move may be about. But as long as you research it, you find out about it, you talk to other people about it, because Mercury is about communication as well. There could be even something here coming from a distance, because Mercury is also connected to travel as well as knowledge. So there could be something more here for you that may be even coming from abroad or coming remotely or something like that, you know. So there you go. All right, last but not least, let's take a look here at what else is coming through for you. All right, and we have here, what's your advice, group number 3? And we have here strategy and tactics. I mean, talk about validation confirmation here. I was gonna say combination, but combination of Libra air sign with Gemini air sign. I mean, you know, coincidence? I think not. You have strategy and tactic exactly here having to do with air energy. That air energy of Libra and Gemini is very much about that logical analytical aspect of the mind. You really looking at something, thinking about something, and this says for you, your decisions have brought you to a new chapter in a spiritual evolution. Now is the critical moment for strategic planning. Libra and Gemini, I told you, air energy. Strategic planning, ensuring each piece you move is aimed at achieving the highest success. Abundita, prosperity. Remember, strategy and planning are the keys to winning the game. I mean, talk about validation confirmation. I'm going to pause this. You can pause it, but I'm going to put this here so you can pause it so that you can reread it and see how much of a beautiful reading you got today. There was a lot of validation confirmation with all the decks here. And please feel free to leave me and drop a rose in the comment section to let me know if this pile has resonated for you. Until then, I'll see you next time, and feel free to share my YouTube channel with like-minded souls.